Hiya, welcome to Transformers Show, a very special TFN. We're going to kick off after this.
May I have your attention, please? This is the captain of your ship! I'm sorry. Will you put this away? You left me broken hearted! But I never loved you anyway. No, I never loved you anyway. No, I never loved you anyway. No, I never loved you anyway.
Really need to get around to turning that bit of video down, but today's not that day, so never mind. Just before we kick off, just a massive shout out to Rohan. He's not feeling too good at the moment. All our thoughts are with you, Rohan. It's good to see you feeling a bit better. I saw you putting some trades down on the G1 Scorpion earlier, so that's great. That's our sign test that you're feeling better. But no, seriously, we're all thinking of you, dude. We hope you feel a bit better. So we're a week after Transformers Nation. We're going ahead into that towards the end of the show. Our pickups, of course, we'll have a bit of TFN theme, plus we'll do our top 5 pickups from TFN. Before we do that, though, it's time to get started with the good old news.
I talk some TV, and now the news. Don't touch that dial.
It's time to get started with the good old
Who
I hope it is.
themselves.
Alexis, I can hear the joke coming out of you.
Know. Oh,
So, first of all, before we start the news, Rudy, thank you so much for coming on.
there you
You're
go.
very welcome.
It was
Oh,
good
yeah,
to see
Rudy.
you last week in the flesh.
Hi, Rudy.
Hi.
Alexis is on holiday in Cornwall. He didn't tell me this until today. Normally, when he tells me that, because of his shitty Wi-Fi and his Fisher Price microphone that he's
We
got.
know about the storm. It's not an excuse. It's not,
You've never
stop
gone on
showing us
holiday
the
and gone,
rain.
oh wow, it's crystal clear this time. Every single
Never.
time it's awful. So he's kept that hidden until today. So apologise for his poor,
When you all notice his crappy Wi-Fi, that's why.
poor
Right, should we get
Wi-Fi.
started then?
Worse than a TV presenter over the last 40 years. I've kept it hidden.
What?
Okay, good. Right, so Studio Series leader, Rise of the Beast, Optimus Primal. I think this was Prime versus Prime who had got his copy of it. It does look pretty fierce. The only thing I'd say is the head sculpt to me doesn't look like the actual character in the film. It looks fierce, but it doesn't look like the character in the film. Anyway, he took some photos, and this is what we're sharing in the news.
Nice.
I mean, it looks pretty good, don't you think? I'm not obviously a big fan of Beast Wars, Optimus Prime,
This
and
is
all that.
the NPM version, right?
No, this is the Studio Series. Yeah, this isn't the Masterpiece. This is the Studio Series leader class version. So
It's
There
a
you
nice
go.
colour palette. I like that. I think the colours work really well. For
Yeah.
for the whole theme of it.
it's nice. It's nice looking. Not for me, but I'm sure
Yeah,
a
not
lot
for
of
me
people
either.
like it. Who's playing some musical instrument? Anyway, moving on. I think that's the last picture of him. There he is in his gorilla mode. Then this is the missing link convoy, the articulated G1 Optimus Prime, which most people are quite excited about, judging by the response in the groups and things. But some people don't see the point of it, and obviously, of course, it is. It's all subjective, you know. We're all collectors. These were photos from, I forget where they're from Twitter user Kawasami I_P. And they just show some of the details of it. And one thing that people seem quite pleased with, those who are looking forward to this, is this close-up is to show that it's not sticker detail anymore. These are actually molded details. So the sticker
Oh.
detail is molded instead. Yeah.
That's cool.
So yes, it does have the same gappiness under the arms and things as the original G1 toy, but that's deliberate because it is supposed to be the G1 toy, but with proper articulation, or at least modern articulation. So yeah, molded. And
Do you know what I worry about? Is they've engineered they've re-engineered a toy that probably should never have articulation.
I know what you mean. Is it going to lose some of the charm?
Yeah.
I don't think they'll do a lot of these.
Is it structurally going to be sound? As someone that has studied architecture, that you cannot do certain things to something that already exists. It changes the whole integrity of it. I hope it doesn't become a wobbly mess.
I know exactly what you mean, Rudy. It's just like when we tried to get Alexis to stop drinking. Sometimes you just shouldn't mess with the natural of course.
They were too preoccupied with whether or not they could.
It does remind me of another. Really brings up a good point about you shouldn't do certain things. It reminds me of the time when the sex trade industry tried to do it with their dolls, and they tried to have articulated dolls.
Moving on, right? YOLO Park, Megatron. Somebody's got it in hand. These YOLO Park things are really popular at the moment, and to be fair, they do look really good. They don't look that hard to put together, which means even somebody like me could probably do it. So you got it in packaging, got it put together there. Nice G1 Megatron. But the next photo just shows off the fact that you also get the battle damaged parts, so you can swap them out and you can have it, post Transformers the movie battle. Although, is it just the chest, or is there a bit of markage on the legs as well? I'm not sure, but anyway, definitely the chest piece. So if you're into that, these YOLO Park figures, they're not that expensive from what I understand, and they do look pretty good.
£100 roughly. £100. It's interesting how they've gone for this Megatron, because obviously the Prime was Bumblebee Prime, and they didn't do a Bumblebee Megatron. They went for a traditional Megatron. What height is this? Do we know the height of this figure? Is it going to be like an MP scale?
I'm going to take a wild guess and say that it's 20 centimeters. I don't know how I know, but yes, I'm going to go with 20 centimeters.
Science.
And I don't think it is £100, because the previous ones I got told were about 30, 40. I think probably maximum of £50, and they're not. That's not that much when you look at it. If you're just wanting a model, a posable model of a character, I mean that's pretty good.
Well, the YOLO Park Bumblebee verse ones were about 150, and they were like 10, 12 inches. So this is half the height. So it's 6.5 inches. It's about average. So
yeah, I think they call them something like YOLO Park Minis, because I think there's some more coming up later. This is a bit of news which I've chucked in there. So our very own Jamie, who unfortunately can't be on the show tonight, he did the quiz. He did talk about this in a video that we did yesterday, so that Jamie had the chance just to talk about his experience at TFN, because he is missing tonight's show, unfortunately. And he ran a quiz on behalf of the show, very generously giving away a Humble Origins 2-pack of Senator Shockwave and Orion Pax, and that was the winner, who you can see, who received his prize at TFN at UK Mets. Well done to you, sir. And I've completely forgotten your real name, but there you are. And that's me and Harry Hill congratulating him. So there you go. It does look a bit like a bouncer. He's the muscle that we take along to protect us. But yeah. And that was just after Newcastle United had smashed Aston Villa 5-1, hence why I'm wearing that shit. Anyway, just thought I'd bring that up. Right, moving on. These are, it's these things. It's the Transformers Ultimates, the Super 7 ones. So this is Wave 2 Bludgeon is the thing we're all supposed to be focusing on really here. So there he is. I'm not sure about the head. Is that just me? I mean,
it looks worse.
It's not a posable jaw. They actually have two swappable heads.
I'm assuming it'll have swappable heads. It might be a posable jaw. Usually these things come with swappable bits. You must have, because look, there you go. Yeah, you've shot his mouth.
Super 7 does tend to have swappable parts.
Engage smug mode. Oh, I like that. And I've got the Banzai-tron. That's quite good. Anybody else got any of these?
Not today.
No. Thundercats, yes. Thundercats, but not these.
No, but I'm hoping to get the G2 Megatron. I think he's Wave 3, maybe.
Ah, right, yeah.
It's got the G.I. Joe crossover head.
Oh, right. So it'll be
the blue head. Because I'm not fussed on having an original G2 toy, Megatron toy, because I have no connection to it. Yeah. But I do have a connection to the comic, so I want to get an action figure style version of him.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah. All of these are Wave 2. So you've got the Grimlock, who comes with the serving tray and all that stuff. You've got Optimus Prime. Megatron comes with, what was that device called again? It's from one of the G1 cartoon episodes, isn't it?
This is what he used to control the remote control fake Prime.
Oh, there you go.
The clone of Prime.
And there's that's like the lightsaber, not a lightsaber thing because they'd get sued, but the lightsaber type thing he used in Transformers the movie, I believe. And there's Trax with a deeply disturbing face. It's the
Action
eyes.
Master Trax. Looks like Action Master Trax. He's got his Action Master battle suit there, which probably pops over. And it's a laser. And it's a laser sword.
Sword. Because they're toys. And then that takes us on to this is the Studio Series 86 Ratchet. So these came from TFW 2005 boards member Transmimi, and these are photos of him with it in hand. So there he is next to Ironhide. Looks all right. I mean, it's,
is it just the Studio Series one?
Yeah, this is the Studio Series one, yeah.
But not a new one, just repainted Ironhide.
Well, I mean, the head will be different, won't it? I'm not sure about the guns. Are they different, or are they just painted?
Sorry, be a few, you know what? I've just asked a fucking question in the news.
All right, you, Alexis.
So dirty.
What a guy.
And many of our viewers will have received their brawns, or they'll be in the post of them, because I know that obviously Pete's already got his, and I think Jamie's got his as well, and a lot of positive feedback coming about this little guy. So if you haven't bought it,
head sculpt is wicked.
Spot on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Absolutely spot on. Anyway, from that, here's now I want to get this right. This is the movie masterpiece Bone Crusher MPM 14, and again, somebody's got that in hand. So if you're a big Bayverse fan, okay. No, if you are though, it's fine. It might be your G1. There he is. It does look very detailed. I do think it does look a lot like what we saw on the screen for about 3 minutes before Optimus Prime killed him. Spoiler alert. But he is there. Like most Decepticons in the movie, he's killed off after just a matter of minutes. And then we've got from, I want to remember who this was now, from Hasbro designer Sam Smith. On Instagram, he shared photos of the development of the Studio Series Jazz, Rise of the Beast Jazz. So this is the Red Deluxe figure that's coming out. So thoughts, anyone?
No, not for me.
Thoughts? No.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
The car mode looks nice.
Look at that, though.
Yeah, that's all right.
I don't think the bot mode looks massively like what we saw on the screen, and these things do undergo a lot of changes through production, but I won't be rushing out. I won't be. The
best one I've seen of these is someone did a 3D printed version of these. I don't know if you see it on the groups. I think it's on the.
Oh yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
Is it? And it looks actually pretty much screen accurate, so it can be done. And I assume he did it for a lot less than the budget that these guys get. So
yeah, I'm not overly impressed by this, but then it's not really aimed at me, so that's fine.
Can I share a thought I have?
You may. I'll go back if it's about this.
Well, it's just
go
about
back. What are you doing?
Alt modes in general.
I go back for Rudy.
Sometimes when they nail the alt mode, it's excellent. But who really kind of displays alt modes unless it's a very uniquely designed Transformer, say like Rodimus Prime? That's a very unique bit, and the alt mode is incredible. Why don't you just buy a model of that version of a 911?
Yeah,
because then you wouldn't have panel lines. You wouldn't have like.
Do you think it harks back to because when the movie toys really first appeared, they were more about like the accuracy of the alt modes than they were about necessarily the bot modes looking like what you saw on the screen? There's quite a few of them that I'm harking back to obviously back from 2007 onwards to the film toys, which I had quite a lot of before we got a close up of Alexis.
That's the same as going back to 1984 or 1983 when the original Transformers came out, because they were robots in disguise. And the gimmick was that it looked like realistic vehicles from day one, and we all know that the screen representation of the Transformer was not accurate to the toy, but the toy's alt mode was very screen accurate to a real life toy and the cartoon.
Well, the toy modes weren't screen accurate, were they? Because originally they weren't based on anything on a TV. It was just they were supposed to be real life vehicles that turned into robots. But Yeah, I get what you mean. It could be harking back to that.
When you look
Anyway,
up,
let's
it's
move on.
like you're saying it to Alexis. Like, look up to your ceiling and talk.
Hi, Alexis.
Are you all right there, Rudy?
It's like the Brady
All
Bunch.
right.
Hey, Rudy.
Hey.
You okay down there? Anyway, moving on. High quality content. That's what you come here for. This is the Legacy Evolution Core Class Optimus and Bumblebee 2-pack. The Bumblebee's a mold we've seen before.
Is it Bumblebee? Is it
From
just
the buzzworthy Bumblebee.
I thought it was Bumper. I thought it was
No, it's Bumblebee.
The alt mode is Bumper.
No, it's Bumblebee. They just gave him a different alt mode for this version of him. He's had different ones over the years. These are core class, so...
Chat, help me out. That's fucking Bumper. That is fucking Bumper. Every day and night.
Fucking Bumper. You fucking love
Fuck it. You slag.
You've been hanging around with Ross Kemp too much. Anyway, I'm joking. Ross Kemp doesn't talk like that. It's been a while since we've given Ross a shout out. If you're watching Ross...
I've been watching too many Day and Die movies recently.
Anyway, it comes with the trailer, which obviously does a lot of the things that the old trailer did. It's all the rollers there. You know, if you're wanting a little mini version of Optimus Prime, why not? This is Ironclad, and the only reason I took this in, it was on one of the, I think it was Cybertron. There is someone who shared this because they had some involvement or they found out about this. I can't remember how it was, but basically this was going to be in Combiner Wars as part of the Technobots. So they were going to take Afterburner out of the box set and have it like as a standalone figure like they did with Groove from the Protectobots. And they were going to chuck this guy in as the replacement for Groove. And he was going to be called Ironclad. And as most of you who watch this will probably realize, he's based off the Rook mold that was used for the Protectobots. But apparently this is the first time anybody's been able to see it publicly. It's like somebody's just said, oh, I'll share this on Instagram or wherever it was. So there you go. We could have had another bot called Ironclad. There he would have been.
That's wicked. That is unbelievably cool.
I do like the head sculpt.
I don't like Combiner Wars, but I liked Alpha Bravo and I liked Rook, and I liked that they made a Blaster,
new characters.
I like that they changed him into a kind of like a VTOL. I loved all these new characters.
Yeah.
It gave way more depth and deepened the lore. I don't need to see various versions of the same character over and over again. I love stuff like this.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I do.
Anyway, I thought I'd get in there.
Crappy, in my
you
opinion.
can't buy it, but somebody will probably do a custom of it. Hopefully, that would be.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I might do it.
Or maybe
Heineken
Hasbro will.
can.
Maybe Hasbro will. It's the wrong color, but I look forward to your efforts.
That's why we're great customizers. I will use this battery I found as well. That'll go in it.
I'll
Be
get the
amazing.
brown color. Anyway, Yola Park Minis. There's Bumblebee.
That's
There's
cool.
Megatron.
I like that. How tall are these?
Mini. I don't know. I didn't have time to write down the dimensions for these, but they're supposed to be small. They're called
Yeah.
Yellow
Never
Park
ask a
Minis,
question
so
in
I'm
the news.
guessing they're small.
No, they're cool. They're cool. Like everyone loves minifigures, right?
That one's
It's
really
Optimus
nice.
Prime. Did you just say
I don't
everybody
think
loves me
that's
asking
fun.
questions?
Everyone loves minifigures. They look awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know price
Hopefully.
on this?
The Megatron looks better.
No.
than Mini.
But
Don't
if you
ask
want to find
questions.
it,
Don't ask
check
questions.
on either TFW 2005 or cybertron.com, because that's certainly not where I stole these photos from. And there was actually a lot more photos, but I know how, we don't want to make the news drag on too long.
Chat, help me out.
This is the anniversary, 15th anniversary
You can't ask the chat
release
to do
of
it.
Megatron.
You're meant to be
This is
giving
what he
the
always
chat
does.
the
He never does any
news.
of the work himself. He
And so he
asks the
sits there,
chat to tell
sees
him.
a picture, and asks the people watching the news to tell him what the news is.
It's
Andy,
like when Jamie used to tell him,
Shh,
quiet you. It's like when
Andy,
Jamie
got
used to tell him something, Jamie was going to say, something intelligent and thoughtful and insightful. And before he got a chance, Alexis had just swooped in there and say exactly what Jamie had told him.
Yeah.
You naughty man, stop it. Right, moving on.
Oi.
There's the anniversary Megatron, anyway, movie style. Or just a load of
on the
bits.
left, right?
Yeah,
on the
on the left. That's the one. Yeah.
Right.
That's, probably my least favorite incarnation of Megatron ever. Possibly. More of these lovely MDLX figures. So this is their Shattered Glass Prime. Looking nice. Again, there's loads of photos of this online.
The Ultra Magnus was actually more. So they did the original Primus was like 85. Ultra Magnus is actually 110, 120. Like the white Prime, basically same mold. I don't know why it's gone in price. I imagine this one's going to be quite expensive as well. I don't know if
desirability, probably. They're popular, aren't they? And if something's popular, demand goes up. Yeah. And anyway, I think it's about 17.8 centimeters tall. I'm just going to throw out that ballpark.
Got that in before he asked.
Yeah, I was waiting for it.
And that wasn't even there. You photoshopped a hand just to show him.
Yeah, I know. See, the lengths I go to for this show. Anyway, Optimus Primal. There's that's probably about 11.2 inches tall, maybe with roughly 74 points of articulation. I'm just looking at it. I just get a feeling, but that does look quite cool. Again, yes. I think I'd be more inclined to want something like that than the actual figure. Not that the figure is bad. I just think that looks badass. And then you got the three of them together that I think have been revealed from the movie.
Between 150 to 170 pounds each, I think, depending on where you buy from.
I'll probably just get the studio series on.
For £30.
And at that point, he lost me. Anyway, moving on. And then this is just for those of you who are Earthspark fans. And I feel like over here in the UK, don't we already have this? But anyway, it was news apparently for the American websites. And this is the Warrior class Shockwave. I'm sure Arrowfire has either this or is it the deluxe one? He's got one of them anyway. And he said about it being a really great figure. So if you want a Shockwave, a fun one, you like Earthspark.
They're all the same, right? The other one with the arm folds, it has an arm which folds out and it turns into like
well, nowadays they all turn into a tank, the little spider tank type thing. Apart from the Transformers Prime one, he had a pretty fierce tank mode as well. I definitely regret selling that toy. I missed that one. Right, third party. Shall we third party? Let's third party.
Why not? Right, third party. Yes. It's the wrong one, sorry.
I was actually enjoying that. More than third party.
It was
Go on.
so professional.
Believe it or not, this is the fun part.
Hey, Dubbear. Hey, Nosy.
Speeds the call of the prime.
Hey, Gav. Gav turns up as soon as he sees. What's that? In the hospital. I'll tune into that.
Shout out to Gav as well, because I know Gav's not been well recently as well. And I wish I'd remembered to say that at the start. So shout out to you, Gav. Hope you're feeling better, mate, on the road to recovery.
Better soon.
Right. Do you want me to say this, or do you know what it is?
No, this is like toys. They've done some more reveals. If you go on to, there's a few extra pictures from here. They've got actually 3 different head sculpts. You can get Toy Toon and then that head sculpt there. It's fucking massive, right? It is 4 foot. It weighs, what did someone tell me it weighs? 20 kilos? I want to say 20 kilos. It weighs an absolute
40 kilos.
Is it 40 kilos it weighs?
That's what you put in the chat.
I knew it was something ridiculous. It weighs half.
It's going to weigh a lot, mate. It's 120 centimeters tall for those of you who live in the metrics. So
this will not go on a detail. You need a specialist to cap the scale. You need a specialist.
I'm not sure about that head sculpt. It doesn't really seem very Metroplexy to me.
Secret 4th mode there. There's lots of images online, right? It is going together. I don't know the price yet. They haven't posted, but then the next picture of the hand. It's like it is.
That's ridiculous. Tell me that's a child's hand, please, because that's ridiculous. Oh, who needs a Metroplex that big? Really, we all do.
No, it's too big. Way too big.
It's not. You stick it in the window and it'll scare away burglars. They'll think someone's in the house. Right, there you go. So there you go. I know you said a different name, but according to the information you sent, is it Lewin or Levin Resources?
Oh, Lewin, not like that. Lewin Resources. Sorry, it's Lewin Resources. Sorry. Yeah.
There you
go. So maybe you should say next time.
This is great because Alexis sent this to us last week when we weren't doing a show, and I had to point out to him we're not doing a show this week, which he did know. But I included it for you, mate, because I always think of you.
There are more pictures available online as well, like actually getting head sculpt and things like that. They've actually given you more information as well. So if you want to go on to whoever your chosen trader is of choice, they will be able to update you. If you don't know, then go on Dame Shop, BMZ, I think it as well. Troy McClure, loads of people got it, so go on. Look, New Age are re-releasing. Enough, they're going to do a repaint again of their own sex toys. I don't know what the color choice is here, so Andy might be able to help me out, or Rudy might be able to help me out with the color aesthetics.
It says just says variants of the Legend Scale G1 Insecticons.
So these were the original Diaclone colours.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you, Rudy.
So we have them on.
They came out originally for, I think, £55 when they were first released. The New Age original figures now are very well sought of because Magic Square haven't done any yet. They're pretty decent in what they are because again with the scale and the transformation, they do what they're selling them, right? I imagine these will probably be in the region of about £60 to £70 based on inflation. So if you like Diaclone, here you go. Legend scale. And they are teeny tiny, right? They're probably what, apart from the tapes you get, that's how they're like 2.5 inches tall. They're smaller than like the Bumblebee and the Cliff Jumper that New Age made. So
that's all I'm
good.
As much as everybody keeps trying to talk me around to Legends, I just why would you want something that small? You just
so I've got them scaled with my. I've got an MP Devastator. I've got
Did she? That's unfortunate.
Every single time.
And MP Devastator. All my Decepticon Legends around that because you get with the Seekers and the Cones, you get the Space Bridge. And do you remember the episode where the Dinobots went to Desertion of the Dinobots? They went to they got captured by Shockwave on Cybertron.
I like it how he's still talking about the news. You've just gone on to the
next and that's the scene.
That's Alexis. Anyway,
so
go on, finish
Magic Square have now released their version of Vortex. This is it, and there you can see a bit of parts forming there. I assume, again, don't make an ass out of me and you, but that picture there seems like it comes with that particular part of the main bot there. It looks pretty decent. I know RJ is excited about it, and there was an image of, I think we had 4 of them, so Vortex. That was a very nice joke there someone made. Who was that? I don't know. Lovely spinny copter mode there. Look at that. And they've got an action shot. It looks very accurate.
Looks pretty good.
It's quite good because you can't see the gummy plastic with these guys. So I haven't got any out of the box yet, so I'm hoping that the plastic is more like their Stunticons. Moving on, Zeta X Toy World are releasing their. I'm not sure what it's called. That it used to be called Infinitor.
It says here this is Zeta Toys EX09 Ford reissue. I love the fact it's metallic. Right. It's metallic edition.
So
better than metallic. This looks impressive though. This is Legend scale, is it?
It's incredible.
It is
like a Legend scale Fort Max.
It's 7 inches. I've got so do you remember the? Yes.
I'll be good to say.
No. Because it doesn't scale with anything else, right? So their Iron Factory Scorponok is half the size of this. So there's nothing else like. Do you remember the not the Funko Pops, but there was those. They did all the buckets. Can't get my words out.
What are you trying to use for scale? So, can you remember Iron Factory Scorponok? Right. It's 2 of them plus 8 hard cups from the original G1 line and 6 short shakers.
Isn't that actually though, in terms of the toy?
If you get a cheese triangle and you stack 6 of them.
Right, no. Okay, Arafai, you're in the chat. What was that Tripticon I bought off you?
Yeah, Arafai, do the work for him.
So they did a Scorponok, they did a Metroplex, they did the Tripticon, they did Fort Max. It was an oversized head, but then they released them the real size heads. And
it comes with the Cerebro today. So this is going to be like the G1 Headmaster size, isn't it?
But the Tripticon, it's like that big, about 7-8 inches.
Are they the ones with the big heads?
That didn't look like 7 inches to me, mate. You can keep telling Sam that.
So the whatever they had with the Tyson box with the big heads is because of M, something not make toys, but anyway. Mastermind.
I think it might be Mastermade.
Mastermade. Is it in the chat? Mastermade. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, Ian. Mastermade. They same size as those. If you click Mastermade, it'll fit in with that scale there. It does fit in with Legends. It's twice the height of your Mech Vans Toys Headmasters. It's about 9 inches, twice the height of an Iron Factory Scorponok. If you want it as a piece on its own, it works well. It's decent enough in itself. A few tabs are a bit annoying, but if you like Fort Max, it's about 9, I want to say 80 quid. I think
it looks brilliant. Like, I mean, just talking as a chug collector, I look at that and I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, it does.
But it's just like you say, if it's only about 7 inches tall, I suppose you could have it as a chug style Fort Max, like the one we saw in the comics.
Marvel Legends. Marvel,
too small.
yes, exactly that. Exactly. Well, no, because he was too scaled.
Right,
He was
okay,
one
carry
scale,
on.
wasn't he, originally?
Next.
And
Right, we'll carry on. That was the end of the news. That was it. We're done. We still clocked in at half an hour. That was supposed to be quicker.
The TFN special is coming, but first of all, we may have purchased a few bits and bobs at the TFN, so let's do some pickup.
We now return to the Transformers.
As our special guest, Rudy, would you like to go first and let us know what you picked up? And let us know if it was a TFN pickup as well. Let's do that.
So I feel like I need to get into the vibe of it. So bear with.
I thought you were going to take your shirt off.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to get into the feel of TFN, and here is my pickup. They are my, what were they called? The City Groove?
Cityscape. Yeah.
Cityscape. Sunglasses. So yeah, I wanted a memento.
Oh, the glasses.
TFN.
Yeah.
So I went for these hilarious RC glasses.
Hilarious.
I like them. I like them.
They're really difficult to see anything apart from tech specs. If you want to live your life just reading G1 tech specs,
who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't? So yeah, obviously I wanted to get something like that just as a full-on memento. But then TFN pickups, since we're all massive GoBots fans and Psycho Jamie isn't here, I feel free
Psycho Jamie.
talk about
Jamie
without being persecuted. So I picked up from Toy Fu the Kneel Before.
Oh, don't you worry about that. I'm still here. GoBots.
What?
I'm joking. I actually, when I saw your video and you showed that off, I said to Claire, "Time bugger! I didn't even know they had something this year."
Yeah,
but then I found it was GoBots, so I felt
super cool. It's such a good book. It's full of like.
It's a proper book, isn't it?
Is it a graphic novel, or is it actually like an encyclopedia? Because I saw a glimpse of it when you're looking through it, and I was like, "Oh, that's really interesting." What is it?
Yes.
What is it, Rudy? Please talk.
Yes.
All of the above.
All of the above. Yeah.
All of the above. Oh.
You've got.
Calm down,
That's what I saw. Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got all the bios, but kind of rewritten,
Yes.
so the language is better.
Is it so it's easier for GoBot fans to understand?
All about the different combiners.
It's got some original stories in, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. So there's brand new comics.
Oh wow!
There's Crasher. I do know Crasher.
There she is.
Art Smasher.
Rhyming.
I've got a Fopter for Copter.
It's about the kind of like the similar Ladybird books.
Yeah.
It's absolutely.
That's actually quite cool. Is there anything like you can buy like mainline, like you go onto Amazon and find a GoBots book like that? Is that something that's not really been done? Oh, there is.
They're still out in the wild.
All right. Amazing.
So is that quite a rare piece? Then were you looking for it, or did you just saw it and go, "Oh my god, this is the gem"? Or
it's new, isn't it?
No, it's like the Toy Fu do. Toy Fu do a fanzine thing, don't they?
Yeah, a few years back it was you'd buy something from Toy Fu and you'd get a little magazine, but it was only like a handful of pages long. This is like a 250-page book.
Yeah.
Hang on, you got it for free?
Yes. No, you had to pay for this one.
Oh.
He's obviously trying to get you not to say questions in the fucking news.
I love the fact that you look at how much Alexis spends on his toys, and when he finds out Rudy might have got something for free, he's angry. Free!
I'm impressed.
I could have had something for free.
I think it's because I like the Transformers Universe book, like with all the specs and everything in it, right? So that sort of thing there, where it's an interesting read. It's got everything you want in one place for a GoBot fan. I think, and I do like. I used to watch GoBots. I won't say it a minute on the show that I liked them, but I found that quite sharp. I found that quite interesting. I found it very interesting.
Jamie, if you're watching, he just said he liked GoBots. Can't wait till you're back.
I despair at you sometimes, Alexis.
Disappoint me once again. Anyway,
moving on. If you want to see my full haul, please do check out my latest TFN video.
Nice.
I posted the link down in not the comments, down into the blog, the main bit, the bit where I write what the show's about. There's a link there. Whether that's
that'll do. Down below.
You've got to spare an
in
hour.
YouTube, in YouTube's.
It's a lovely emotional watch.
Yeah,
it was good.
If you're ready for the emotional roller coaster, an hour-long video all about TFN, again, that's the one for you.
It's so weird though. I don't get into the TFN chat, but is that the first time we properly ever met? Was that?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's just so weird.
So weird.
I've spoken to you so many times. It doesn't feel. It felt like you came straight into my room, didn't you? That's the first time we met each other. It was like literally in my room.
When you said I could keep my bag until I could check in, and then my kids came and jumped in the bed with you.
And it's funny you should say that, Rudy, because I haven't got up yet.
You did. You went. Lex, can you and Sam watch my boys? I had to go to my room for a minute to do something.
Don't make it weird.
You left with us and you went off.
Don't sully it.
But yeah, no, it's weird. We'll talk later, but it's just cool because I feel like I know you. But yeah, go and check out Rudy's amazing video. I haven't seen it yet. I saw it come out last night. I've been in Nottingham. Been working today, but I'm going to check it out as soon as I can. I know, Andy, you've seen it.
Yeah, it's a good watch. It is. It's a very good watch, and it was a nice chilled out hour as well. Nice, just sit down, put your feet up, watch a bit of Rudy on the telly.
On big telly.
Yeah, on big telly. I tell it on big telly, definitely. I'm not a fool. Plus, my eyesight's going. It helps me see better.
Obviously, knowing that I'm forthcoming onto a Transformers show, here is my big purchase of TFN. When I got to TFN, I bought some stuff for my kids. They chose their stuff, and I realised it was just going to be one big one for me. I wanted to make that kind of my haul. Was just I was going to go all in on one big fancy pants toy. So I went for the Optimal Optimus repaint through Beast Machines of Primal Prime, and it's metallic, translucent plastic glory, completely sealed.
I was going to say, you've got a sealed one, haven't you? Yeah, that's beautiful.
I am going to open it. I beg your pardon, sweetheart.
You are. You're going to do a video online of opening it now, I guess?
No, I'm not.
Live online?
What I'm going to do, I think maybe Sunday night or one of the nights when everyone's asleep, I've been squirreling a couple of toys away and not opening them. I'm going to spend a night just indulging, toy collecting myself, and just take it slowly and open up all my toys and make it a real kind of event for myself and just take my time opening toys. It's quite daunting opening a toy that's when did this come out, like 99? I know that I'm opening a toy that's 20, over 20 years old, so I kind of want to keep it in the box for a little bit, and then I'm going to fully embrace it because I've never had a Beast Wars toy. This is my very first one.
Understand
that. Dan just asked, are the feet the right way around, Rudy? Because he's got one and the feet are both the wrong way around.
Sure.
Can you not just turn them?
His feet are the right way around.
Sorry to find it. Dan, I'm pretty sure you
believe in
Dan.
that.
Dan, the transformation master, and I didn't think to turn the feet around. Thank God you're here, Andy.
So I've always flirted with getting some Beast Wars toys because it's kind of the one thing that's kind of missing from my toy collecting, apart from things that are ridiculously rare to get, like Galaxy Rangers and shit like that. I always wanted to get Transmetal toys because they don't make toys like that anymore. The way that the plastic's molded and the shine on it, the chromy goodness. Who doesn't love a monkey on a flying surfboard?
The 90s did.
The one thing G1 was missing.
Yeah. Yeah, I took a chance on getting that, and yeah, that was my big TFN. And obviously, because I've not been on the show for 6 months, when I come on the show, I like to talk about non-Transformers.
Yeah,
other toys that we're interested in. We have got 80s Commanders, Antagonist Cyborg, which, as some of you know, this is Hacker from the Centurions, done by Ramen Toys. So I picked this up a few months ago. It's not had any screen time yet.
On the box, I thought it said misogynist. cyborg. You hold the box back up.
Cyborg.
You know what? You can have it as that if you like. People can play with toys however they like. Don't let anybody tell you
You're a
otherwise.
misogynist.
But yeah, this thing is absolutely epic.
That's
love
amazing.
toys.
I love. Should I make it's metallic, like stick? It's like
It's magnetized, so you can then put the drone.
Oh.
And when they get round to doing Doc Terror, you'll probably be able to switch out there. But yeah, Ramen Toys are coming on like so amazingly well for a tiny company, and they're now just doing all the toys that I want. You know, they're reimagining Mask or doing it exactly the same. Marshall Bravestar. Toys that I've just not been able to.
They just need to Starcom, don't they? Come on, Ramen Toys.
Oh wow, Starcom.
Starcom.
That would be unbelievable.
I want Dino Riders. I'm sorry.
No, Dino Riders can wait. Starcom first. Hell yes.
So yeah, that's like previewing to some of the things I picked up at TFN.
Butte.
As well as a giraffe with an extendable neck.
Who was it who loved that? Was it Atlas?
Atlas, yeah. It's on his bedside table, mate, right now.
And thank you for the giraffe that initially I had, but Atlas took an interest in it and loved it. So. Cool. Right, comments coming thick and fast. Sorry, I'm struggling to catch up. Who would like to go next? Boy in the toilet. Did you get anything?
I thought he was in a toilet at first until I saw the bed. You could see the pillows there. I thought she was together again.
It's not raining yet. The Bedo. No, this is one of the upper bedrooms. So I went high to get to allow the Wi-Fi to.
Are you staying in The Shining?
It's science, baby. I'm getting nearer to the Wi-Fi gods.
And also it's hotter up here because I must be closer to the sun.
There you go. I thought I'd go above the clouds. I know how science works. Rap.
Science, baby. Anyway, right. Cool. Sorry, have you got any pickups with you, Alexis?
Okay, Richard Feynman, what did you get?
So, what I got this week, but if you're not sitting down, you want to just sit down, make a cup of tea, put the toast on.
Oh Christ, how long is this?
He's basically gonna say he
didn't get anything, did you?
I got one thing this week, and it wasn't. I said my TFN. I didn't buy
COVID.
Anything. I had so much. No. I didn't even get that. I had so much fun. I got a fucking big barbell. Kick it that. I had so much fun with everyone that I went around. I think there was one thing I wanted, which was the MMC ballless, their version of the IDW stylized Cyclonus, and it was up for quite a high price. And I agreed that if it was going to be there tomorrow, then I'd get basically almost half price. And either it went or we put it to one side, but I didn't ask, and I was having too much fun. I did see some other bits and pieces, but nothing that I, sunk my heart into. What I did get this week came in the post, and I opened to see what it was, but I didn't have enough time to do a proper video. So there's a second version of the fourth party, which is a KO of MP Bumblebee version 2. I think it's MP45. I sold my Bumblebee because I didn't like it, and I thought it was a shit job. So I thought, when the KO comes out, I'll buy that because it'll be a lot less. I think I paid 90 quid for the original MP. I sold it for that price as well. I think now they're retailing at around 150 plus. So when this one came out, they said, we're going to do another second run of the fourth party KO. I was like, happy days. I paid 50 quid for it. So I've got that. And the only reason I got this was I got the Bounce Scuff Jumper, and I see them side by side. It's like, when you get like I think it did it in How I Met Your Mother, and Barney will explain when you get a harem of girls. Excuse me, ladies, for a minute here. And like Spice Girls, for example, and they all look good together. But when you pick them out individually, they're pretty average, to be honest.
This is the longest pickups for somebody who doesn't actually have a pickup with.
So Bumblebee on his own looks really fucking shit.
Should you not save this for next week when you show it off? You're not doing this next week. You are not going over this again.
I will show you a photograph next week. I'll cut the bullshit out.
But you're not you do it quick because this is ridiculous.
So when Bumblebee's together with his girl band group, he looks pretty all right. So I wanted to see if that's true or not. If not, I could sell it on. So I've got some things in the post. I've got a load of shit at a Megalock that I need to pay. I need to pay postage for. Because I'm away, though, I figured I wouldn't do that. And also, I have the red wing. So you mentioned ramen toys, Rudy. I've got the gull wing from Kapow ready to ship. And I'm going to ship it to me next week when I come back. So when I come back, it will arrive the day I get back. So I'll have. So that'll be the thing I'll probably review. Actually, is the gull wing. I'll have that on the show next. I'll have it on the show. Not next week, the week after. I'll have that on the show.
So in answer to the question, do you have any
I didn't
pickups,
quite get
Alexis?
that.
The
Can you
answer was
repeat
no. No, Jesus Christ! Rudy!
Is this pickups from 2024? Have we done?
I love the
that
way he's
year
just
now?
started talking about things that he's going to be getting at some point. Brilliant. Another flawless pickups.
2 weeks' time is going to be busy. I've got a lot of pickups in 2 weeks' time. So.
Oh dear.
Andy, what did you get?
I got a lot of fun from listening to Alexis. Thank you, Alexis. I not completely forgot about, but because of all the TFN stuff, I completely forgot that I got this for my birthday, and he's just majestic. He just is beautiful. And if anybody missed out on the Galaxy, what's it called? Galaxy Force, Galaxy Power, whatever it was called, the Optimus Prime, I highly recommend it. I like this more than the Optimus Prime. And it's just beautiful. I'm going to take the guns off the legs there because I just don't think it suits him. They're just the guns that you get every time because it used to be what it was. They came with
Galaxy Convoy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take those off his legs, but I just haven't got round to it because I want to put them back in the box. But he is well worth picking up. If you haven't done it, he is worth picking up. And I like him more than the Prime. He's a beautiful figure. Beautiful.
Pretty big.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's chunky. He's a chunky boy. The argument with him is always that his legs need to be a bit longer, which I do kind of get, but it don't bother me that much. He's just a big, chunky boy, and he's armed to the teeth. So why?
I like a dumpy bot. It reminds me of the 80s.
I do.
Big blocky Japanese.
Long from the Constructicons.
Yeah.
Dumpy bot. Anyway. TFN. Right. Just because nobody else has showed them, I know that Rudy does on his video, which you should go and watch after this. If you went to TFN, you'll all have got the postcards, which I still haven't opened. But there's lots of really nice artwork. The amount of people who opened them up when they got home and realised there was that postcard of RC that they could have taken with them to meet Susan Blue and get it signed was a lot. There's a lot of videos with people mentioning it. There's them. You got the little booklet you always get. But this was the bit, one of the things I was really excited about. This is Wasp Shot, who does the Refined Robot Company little free fanzine magazine that he gives away at TFN. And I missed out last year, and I was really gutted. So I made a point of grabbing Brad, because he knows Wasp Shot, and say, look, can you just come with me, come over and just introduce me and just have a chat, because his stuff's really good. And he gave me one anyway, because I had messaged him before the event. And it's brilliant.
I'm gutted I didn't get one. I didn't even see Ben.
No, well, I only got to chat to him for a short while, and it was really nice. He's such a nice bloke, isn't he? He comes across that way, and to put the effort into doing this. This is a really nice glossy magazine. That's Brad's usual high quality input for this one. I always love reading the write-ups that people do for these, and the artwork and everything. It's just fantastic. And I think that one was Wasp Shots just on the inside there. But if you did manage to get one of these, you'll know what I'm talking about. That was really nice to actually make sure I picked one up. And then in terms of bots from Andy Tate, who may well be watching, I've not had a chance to really look in the chat tonight.
Andy Tate, he was earlier.
I swapped my spare Rodimus Prime that I didn't need for a Catilla. So the G1 Pretender bot thing, or as my wife called it, Battle Cat, because she said that looks a lot like Battle Cat. What a coincidence. And he also chucked in a little G1 Wind Charger, because we all know Jamie's favourite bot is Wind Charger, and it is actually an original G1 one. It's it's got the little bit of wear on it as well.
He gave me a hopper last year. Well, he gave it to you, Alexis, didn't you? You passed it.
Yeah. He's a nice bloke, Andy. I'll forgive him for being a Man United fan. He's a nice bloke. Then I had really two big things I wanted to get. Literally one of them a big thing, and I got it finally. I always like to get a big bot for the get out of the way, for the convention for TFN, and this year's was Metroplex. So this is the Legacy Cybertron Metroplex, and he's brilliant. And I'm not just saying it because I've waited in it quite a while before actually buying this. He is, for me, the best. He's the best Titan, the most enjoyable Titan Transformer that I've ever handled from Hasbro. I just think it poses like a mother trucker. It's solid. The joints, everything about it is brilliant. Hasn't got necessarily the gimmicks that other Titans have. And it doesn't come with a little robot. That's the only thing. It would have been nice to get Drillbit, his little Minicon partner, in a little robot. But still really great, and I was really glad I picked that up. So thank you to In Demand Toys for him. Then I quickly ran, because the night before, in fact, it wasn't even the night, it was during the night. I didn't get a great night's sleep on the Friday night. And I woke up and had a quick look on my phone, and Toy Fu had put a post up saying they'd obviously laid out all their stuff. And I spotted this on their table, and I thought, I've got to get to Toy Fu and try and pick that up, because I regretted selling mine many years ago. And I got G1 6-shot. Now, the only thing he needs repro labels. But Russ, Toys R Us, I was chatting with him about it, and he very kindly gave it a once over for me, and he was saying, yep, definitely G1. It definitely is the original toy. Just needs some repro labels, which I'm already going to get winging their way over from America for him and get some stickers on him. But nice. Really glad to pick him up again. I know it's a brick, and I know people say, "Oh, 6-shot's just a brick." He is a brick. Most G1 bots were bricks, but that's why we love them, man. It's the nostalgia. It's 6-shot, for Christ's sake. So I was really glad to get him.
I remember your face, mate, when I handled him, and you got very nervous.
I let you, though. I said to you, "No, go on, you're fine." But in the back of my mind, I was thinking, "You break it, you pay for it."
Last year, wasn't it? I was playing with your shield.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah, he's gone into the display cases to be protected. And then the last thing I bought just before, on my last round of the Hood Dealer Hall, something I've been wanting to get, but I didn't think I'd really see one, and I spotted it on Kapow Toys stand, hidden away at the back, like behind, where they're selling a couple of other bots on top of it, and I thought, I've got to get that. And that is 2007 movie Incinerator, the Allspark powered one, and it's a minting sealed box one, so never opened, all still tacked in there. I love this toy. I've got the original. Look, here's my original. But my original, the rotor gimmick, has failed now, pretty much. One of them goes. I was so chuffed to get this.
Remember showing them, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see it, and it didn't even. It was £35, which I'm more than happy to pay for. Something sealed from 2007, and yeah, really happy. And yes, I realise I may open it up and find that the rotor system in it is knackered up anyway, just even though it's still been in the box. But that's just the risk you take. He's not coming out the box. He's staying in there, and he'll go on a display with one or two other box things that I've got left.
He'll be that was it. Schrodinger's Rotor Storm, or
exactly Schrodinger's Incinerator.
Incinerator, sorry.
It may or may not be broken. Who knows? We just don't know. And that's me.
Well done. Right. Okay. So what did I get? I got a few bits, really. I've got this. It's not even mine. Someone paid for it, and then they gave it to me to give to this person. But I really like it now. But I'm still going to give it to that person. So John, who lives in the same town as me, I will pop this over to you. I've just been in Nottingham all week. It's still yours, but it's really nice.
Isn't it just the Earthrise one, though? The Netflix one?
Yeah,
in a different colour.
The Earthrise one's brilliant.
You've got that one,
though.
So you don't need the dead
I'm not actually going to take it. I will give it to him.
Liar.
So my main pickup was probably this. So it's Masterpiece Roller. So Roller from, if you can see, well, probably won't recognise him. Roller from the back end of Optimus Prime. He's really good. £35 he was. Born from Primetime Toys. Apparently they were really, really popular. Quite a few of these got sold out because he looks great in both modes. Yeah, that was it. I bought some prizes as well, and I bought Bisto his prize that he won from Transformers the Show. I forgot I left him on display, so I just gave him a box.
Nice.
Next convention, mate.
Didn't you pick up something else from when you were coming back from somebody you gave a lift to or something?
Oh, Incinerator. I got what you got. Yeah. So yeah, I got Incinerator off of Dan Storm. So thank you, Dan. Yeah, so I got that because I saw your inbox one. It just reminded me because I bought Starscream from that. Was it 2007, 2008 line?
2000. Well, it's 2007 movie, so yeah, it was around
that line and Sing It. Just all the nostalgia came back. But that did. As I showed up, 3 people walked out and then bought Roller.
Where did you buy yours from? Just out of interest.
Again, Primetime Toys.
Primetime Toys. What a wonderful company they must be. People should check out Primetime Toys.
I believe they were £500 everywhere else, but just £35 on Primetime Toys.
A bargain from Primetime Toys.
Andy's comment just there, I quite love the fact that he said like, Andy Gold just said like, 3 of us saw it and went and bought it. And the reason 3 of them saw it is because what we did was, because Paul, you gave me the box, man. I'm just going to go to the toilet. Can you hold it? Yeah, sure. So I took it out of the box and I circulated it. And by the time you got back, I gave you the box. You went, "There's nothing in there, is there?" Yeah, it's good. It wasn't in there. Everyone else was handling it on your behalf. And then those gentlemen who handled it went and bought their own one.
That is kind of
that's
true,
what happens.
Yeah.
That's what I bought in, and that's the cool bit about TFN. Like I would never have seen Incinerator ever in my life, and you handed the box out. I was like, oh god, that's so cool. I really like that. I love a copter, and yeah, so I ended up buying one because I saw
the
what you
helicopter
had,
mode
Andy,
is awesome. The Osprey mode. I mean, it's not officially an Osprey mode because they didn't have a license, but it is. I mean, it's the Osprey. Lovely
stuff.
Oh, yeah,
So
I love a double propellered naval.
Who doesn't?
Just who doesn't? Twin spin, just to bring it back to GoBots. One of my favourite GoBots.
If you want to be really nerdy about it, I'll tell you the fact that he was one of the original designs they were going to have for the character that it ended up being Blackout, and it went through loads of names, including Vortex. I saw somebody in the chat said the colours of Vortexy, and then it was going to be Soundwave for a while, and then they went with the Blackout, the design they obviously used for him. So glad they still made him into a toy because he's fucking cool. There, I said it now. And your roller is nice.
I think that roller toy looks wicked. It's got its own little bit of uniqueness that it transforms now. So if you're just a toy collector as opposed to a Transformers collector, it offers you that little bit extra. Or if you're just straight down the line G1, there's a nice little roller for you.
It works in both levels.
£35 for a masterpiece style Transformy.
From Prime Time Toys, bargain.
That also.
But we're not sponsored by Prime Time Toys. The way you're saying it makes it sound like we are.
Not sponsored.
We're not. Andy is.
I'm just helping the lads out. That's all it is. I love it.
The shots are available. That's what they say on the BBC.
No, they're not. Prime Time Toys. We're not the BBC.
Alexis said this 9 times.
When it transforms into its roller mode, it actually does go into Prime's trailer, the MP Prime trailer. So it actually does scale almost identically to the original MP roller.
Yeah.
So you can have
that picture on the box.
And when it transforms into his road mode, he's a little bit bigger than a mini bot. So he's about 5.5 6 inches tall. I think he is.
Why
so he's just below average. Just below average.
Ed, you are. So we're going to play a video in a bit of our memories. It's only a minute and a half long, I think, but it'll be a collection of the bar at TFN. So look out for that.
I didn't send you any photographs actually. I should
don't you worry, Alexis. People got plenty of photos.
Luckily, every other adult did, so it's fine.
We should do a shout out to Ed because Ed had to leave a little bit early.
Yeah,
he did. Bless him.
Again, second year. Yeah, the pox.
Yes, his boy got smallpox.
He was struck down by the pox.
He was
unclean. We sent him from our hotel. No, but yeah, it was lovely to see Ed, and it was just a shame it was. In the end, obviously, he wasn't able to stay. But if you're watching Ed,
I enjoyed dancing with Ed. Ed, thank you very much, sir. I enjoyed dancing.
I know you done some amazing slut drops to No Diggity by Blackstreet. It was brilliant.
It really was the pinnacle of the humanity. It doesn't get better than this now. Right, what were we doing next?
Foreplay.
Lovely.
Oh shit! What's foreplay?
This will go really well for you, Alex.
I've just realised it's our favourite TFN pickup.
Yeah.
I bet. What is it? I just better check the chat. What was it?
It's your favourite TFN. Yeah. Oh, those were the days. It's favourite TFN pickup.
I've already shown them my pickups.
Yeah. Should we just do it now? Do we need the intro?
Mine was Roller.
What was your favourite TFN pickup, Rudy?
Bear with, I'll go and grab it because it's going to be one of the choices my children made.
Ooh, well, that's interesting. That actually works and puts us to shame with our chronic lack of effort.
Alexis, pop off for a quick wee.
My favorite TFN pickup was not this TFN, but it was my first TFN, and it was the MP10 that my wife bought me.
It was supposed to be from this TFN, but okay.
Oh, right. That doesn't. He didn't
That
say
counts.
that,
Yours is. It did.
It
It was a nice story. It was a nice story. In fact, tell the story of the short version of how you got that MP.
First time I went there, I wasn't. It was MP10. It was my first masterpiece, and this is when MP10 was out, and obviously MP1 was still popular, and it wasn't sure like, do I go for MP1, MP10? And there was two versions of MP10 as well. There was the too accurate version, the Takara version, which had the lesser box. It looked like a plastic box, but you got the Keto Sigma, and it was the slightly lighter colours, the tuna colours. And you had the Takara version, which actually, ironically, they reversed the boxes now, and but both were identical, just a very slight change in the blue. That was it. And obviously, on back to Sigma, I went for the fully boxed. I wasn't sure. For me, again, being brand new into it, one just looks a little bit like knockoff-ish, and you can't. It's like different color, different box. You go, and like I don't know anything about this. All right, I'm brand new. You know, what's the right terminology for it? Wet behind the ears or whatever. Still, so after a bit of research and talking to a lot of people around the day, and spending time with it, I bought it was the Hasbro MP10. But it was the darker blue. It was the one which I now have, and I still have it. It's in alt mode. I will never sell that because it's my beautiful wife, who a lot of people met this weekend.
That's your favourite pickup from TFN this year?
No, he's claiming that's not what we said. Anyway,
my wife. Yeah, no.
I told him just to do it anyway. My
wife. My best thing this year was my wife when she jumped over the side.
It was great having your wife at the show. At
You didn't want that?
at TFN. What? It was great having Sam there. She's amazing.
Oh no, we'll do it when we do the TFN chat. I just had a flashback.
I just did as well. Told off in festivals.
Anyway. Right, where were we? Oh yeah,
favorite TFN pickup.
Rudy, did you grab yours? Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, tiny little core class Soundwave.
Oh, that's great.
So here it is, the Korean knockoff Soundwave.
That's Legacy, isn't it?
It's seen.
That's the latest.
That's fans' hobby, mate. Fans' hobby.
Yeah, it's fans' hobby.
Latest fans' toys.
You love
Sound wanker. It's seen better days now, but my children adore it. It
shall forever be known as that.
Yeah, they chose core class Soundwave without me doing anything. So, but this thing's wicked. It's incredible. It's got so much like articulation, so much character. They love tape cassettes. You know,
didn't they both get one? Is that right?
They got Dimebots in there. Didn't they get Dimebots?
Yeah, they got Slag and Sludge.
Yeah.
And then I just picked up Grimlock 2 days ago.
Nice.
For 11 quid. Like these are they're 11 quid. So yeah, I picked up a Grimlock. So I think we're going to go for the whole set. That's how right. There's a little bit of laser tits wing.
Laser tits.
Oh, brilliant.
Rudy,
Brilliant.
can you name all future Transformers ever?
Yeah. Help out Bob Buddy.
Bob Buddy Wanksky.
Yeah, for sure.
We're not going to get him as a guest on the show, are we?
It's just the thing. It's not my show. I can do whatever the hell I want, right?
I know. You're so much more professional on your show.
Did we have this before?
You'd never say sound wanker on the Science Fantasy Experience.
I don't swear on my channel.
Who came on our show once and actually said that? It's not my channel now. I can do what I want. Just went absolutely.
Pandora's box.
Like 90% of our guests do that.
When I first started my channel and I started to get 50 or 60 subscribers, I got a really lovely personal message through Instagram, and they said how wonderful it was that I just didn't swear and I didn't kind of do any of that kind of stuff, and they felt they could genuinely watch it with their children. So I really took that on board, and swear very rarely, or I'll do it for comedy effect on my channel. But I can come on here and F-bomb, obviously.
Yeah, do what you want, mate. Go wild. 6 months, just let it all out.
Yeah. Fanny hair.
Dick splat. Oh, you can do anything here.
You madman. Absolute
playground of debauchery over here. You've got an invite. Right, that's everyone. So we can move on to the discussion, which is TFN.
What was Alexis again?
Me and you haven't done ours, have we?
No. Well,
MP10 for my first TFN, so I didn't get
what's he
one
going
next year,
again?
so.
For fuck's sake!
Incinerator. There you go.
Rudy, I know Rudy's doing it on purpose.
Although I do love Legacy Metroplex, so, you know. Paul, what was your?
Sorry, I've done mine.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right, now I need a bit quick. I need a quick piss break now. Is that right? I'll just.
Oh my god! Seriously, you kids' bladders.
Turn the sound off because you're literally sitting right down.
Why has he got to leave?
He's not gone anywhere. He's just at the camera.
Right.
If I hear running water, you are off.
Dob Bear, it's so cool to say that. So he said that TFNation 2024 will be his first ever TFN experience. He's booked his hotel and everything. Absolutely looking forward to it. So please come up and say hello to us. We said hello to those people, didn't we? It was really cool. Just nice. Nice RJ, yes, I have muted his mic. So first of all, we've got a little video of what happened at TFN. I think it's only a minute long, but let's play it.
Isn't that your car? JG. It was his own fucking car.
Run through with you. Before we get to that, we should do some introductions. So this is us.
I never wanted. I want it that way. I hear wedding bells. See, there's a Lexus and the keys are
That's funny. Do you see the bit where Ian picks his ear?
A lot of action, didn't he?
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Loves the camera. That
I go out the room and I'm going, and then same minute I'm like, oh shit, I'm like, wash my hands, quick, wash your hands. I'm like, okay, I'm like trying to look at.
I love the fact that people who watch that they think like, oh, I really want to see what TFNation's really like, and basically it's us getting drunk and singing in the bar area. That's basically all it
But imagine that bar is massive and
Yeah.
it's just full of Transformers fans, and you can literally just hop from table to table.
Many of them not even playing music or singing, just talking to each other.
We tried it on it was on Thursday. Thursday. We had to get with a little boom box, and we just put it on, and then
What's this with? Yes.
You were there.
Oh, I wasn't on Thursday.
Thursday.
All right, Thursday, and no one seemed to care. We just turned it up and went, "How loud to go? Yeah, see how loud we can get."
Is that where he ignored all the people telling him to turn it off? But nobody seemed to care.
It was just me. It just felt like I was on the show again. I was going, "Oh, can you turn it down, please?" And then the second day was like, he got away with it the night before, so he wanted his boombox back, and he put it down at like 3 p.m. It's like, no, it's too early, Alexis.
We told him 6 p.m. or something. No, you can have it at 6.
Sam took it. My good wife took it off him.
That was Saturday night. Yeah, that was funny.
Oh, it was amazing. And Jahan, she lost her guitar. Like, got lost in her air. They got sent, obviously, packages to where she going back to where she lives, and it got lost, and it only turned up today, and she didn't know if she was going to get it. But
yeah, got
she
sent off to
loves
Munich,
that
didn't
guitar.
it?
Yeah,
She lives in Switzerland, so a bit different for those who aren't who are geographically challenged. Is that to lead us into the discussion then? Are we on that bit? Because there's no Rohan this week, unfortunately, obviously, with him not being well. So are we leading straight into the discussion from that lovely video?
I'll still give him 5 minutes if he wants to try and submit a video.
Yeah, come on, Rohan, pull your finger out.
But, that's it. That's
lazy.
TFN.
Lazy.
TFN. I think, to kick off a discussion, I think that was my favourite TFN ever.
It was really good. It was really just fun. Joy Toy Warhammer 40,000. It was really...
What? Wrong show, mate. You've been moonlighting, Paul. You got a different show.
Other show. I don't know. See, I think the 2019 one was unbelievable just for the atmosphere, but that was more insular because obviously we'd all just really met and we spent the whole weekend just getting drunk kind of together. And there were a few other people who joined us that year as well, but it wasn't to the scale that this year's was, where obviously because we know so many more people now, and Rudy was there this year, and Ed for a while, and John and Pete and Ian, and God, there's so many. Yeah, Charlie was there. RJ's mum.
RJ's mum was there.
Lovely RJ's mum. Hello, Sheila. Thanks again for the lift.
Hey, Sheila.
Hi, Sheila.
You take her name out of your mouth, mate. RJ Will Smith you. Anyway, but yeah, it was that whole thing of so many people that we knew, but then just bumping into other people as well. Just chatting with people we hadn't met before. Seeing people like Liam, Tobac Soapbox, and getting a chance to chat to them. And that toy guy had come over from Canada, who obviously has his YouTube review channel. And we had Declan, who is Dr. Lockdown Reviews. If you know Dr. Lockdown Reviews, he was there. He'd come over from Australia. Madness. Just really, really good fun getting a chance to talk to lots of people.
One of my highlights, Chris McPhee was saying to me he really enjoyed the quiz from...
He did, yes. I was there. I was a witness to this. More than that, not only did he say he enjoyed Alexis's quiz at TFUKCon, once he realised it wasn't like serious and that you could actually just relax and have some fun, he said he'd actually taken... Now, wait for this, Paul. He took some inspiration. I'm sure that's the word he used. Inspiration from some of Alexis's quiz for this year's TFN quiz.
It's disgusting.
It was like being in the Twilight Zone. I don't know what was going on. It was mad.
Joint quiz next year. Sorted.
You and Chris McFeely together. Meeting of minds. But yeah, that did happen. I was there for that conversation. It was nice to chat with Chris McFeely. He was
bizarre as well. Someone bought a transformer off of someone, which is this, which I need to get back to someone who lives near me. And I literally walked into the Saturday, and Chris McFeely was like, "Oh, Paul, this guy's looking for you. How the fuck do you know my name? And how do you know that I need to get you? And why do you care as well?" Everyone's just so nice, aren't they?
Yeah, it was a lovely atmosphere. Rudy, how did you find? Because you've not been for a few years, have you?
No, I hadn't been for 5 years.
5, wow.
But then again, they didn't do some though, didn't they, with COVID?
No, yeah. Well, there was a lovely filler for that, wasn't there? Some bots at home, and
it was. Because I bought a Saturday ticket, but then stayed until like 12:30 on the Sunday. But it was incredible. It was the most amazing weekend I've had. I shudder when I think about it. It fills me with like so much joy. It was such an incredible weekend. And I talk about it a bit in my videos. It was very insular, but I don't mean insular in a negative. It was me and the twins. It was very much just for us. And I just wanted to kind of spend it with them. It was great to chat to other friends, but it was very much, it became apparent quite early on that it was just us three just doing our own thing. But they adored you guys. They couldn't get on the Sunday morning because they'd kind of relaxed into being at the hotel and become familiar with everyone. They couldn't they didn't want to stop hanging around with you guys, Uncle Paul.
Oh,
Yeah,
They
they
were so
they,
cool.
they loved it.
Just watch them
There
around
was a-
Uncle.
You almost made Sam broody again, Rudy. Like she was.
Oh no!
No, like,
Does that mean you might avoid the snip, mate?
no. That set of bricks is on. I can't stop that pre-order. It's like a pre-order from fan toys. It will happen. I can't stop it.
Oh,
no, like it's kind of isn't hindsight a wonderful thing?
No.
I was a bit reserved, so that's why we only did the Saturday and a little bit of the morning, because I didn't want them to kind of get there and it'd be too overwhelming, and then we'd have to stay, and then if they just didn't want to be there, because I tried to do it very much on a budget, so I got the hotel, the twin room, and the beds are massive anyway, so that was really cost effective, and then I pre-booked train tickets, but I had to be on that specific train, and that cut the price down. But as I said, hindsight, they handled it so well, all the traveling and just being in a very different location and very kind of, there's 1,000 people there, 950 of them adults, and then the rest, teenagers and a couple of like 7 or 8 year olds. There was no other 3-year-olds or 4-year-olds that I really saw, or any that I knew that we could interact with. So yeah, but in hindsight, we could have gone longer. We didn't want to leave at 1-ish at all.
Oh, we didn't want you to leave.
I know. I just didn't know that fact, and I didn't want to take that risk.
But you're going next year, aren't you?
Certainly are.
Hell yeah!
Down straight.
Really, and for the whole lot.
And the whole family's coming. Is that right? Yeah.
They are. Yeah.
You're all going to be in attendance this time.
Absolutely.
It's just weird, isn't it? Because the first year I went, I took my kids and my wife, and it was amazing. And we stayed at not there. We stayed far away. My biggest advice to anyone is, if you can, stay in the hotel, the Hilton. If you can't, then stay close by, like at the Premier Inn, or I think there might be a Holiday Inn. We stayed in Birmingham near New Street, which is a bit of a mission at the end of the night. But I went with them the first year, and it was so good. And I kind of want to bring them back again. But just being in that hotel and getting to go out and have fun towards Transformers fans for as long as you want, and then jump in that lift, find your room and go back to bed, and then wake up in the morning and do that for 5 days. I don't think there's any other fandoms that do that. Like, you could literally do it for 5 days, because people go back on the Monday, don't they? We joined on the Thursday. It's completely different to anything else. It's
I think
just
I'd rather leave on the Monday than necessarily go on the Thursday. I think Friday to Monday is quite good, because you almost need that Sunday night just to like let a bit of the pressure off. I don't know how to describe it. It's a bit like, when you've been doing sport, like playing football, and if you just stop playing, you kind of get all the cramps and everything because you haven't warmed down properly. I need that Sunday night warm down and then leave on the Monday. I wonder if that might make the post TFN blues a little bit less painful.
Do you mean the 2-day hangover? You mean? No, that makes sense.
Mate, I was chuffed. Didn't have a hangover all weekend.
So we talk about the post TFN blues.
I think we should. I think
I
we should.
I was on a come down, absolute come down, and I got withdrawal, and I was just like, I think that's why I went out and tried to find like the core class Grimlock. So I was just like, I need that hit. But then I worked my way out of it. Like the haul videos started coming out. Some people are really quick at bringing their haul videos out, and then other people like to take their time. And
6 hours after being on.
Yeah.
Milking it. Anyway.
TFN Blues, TFN News.
Love you.
Nothing but love for you.
You start watching like the haul from the hall.
Yeah. Oh, Bistow's video was good.
Oh yeah, you got to watch Bistow's video. It's brilliant.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I also enjoyed his pre-TFN video that you did after getting off when we stayed up last Friday night and you guys stayed on till about 2 a.m, and then that's when Bisto did his pre-TFN video. I think oh, sorry, that would have been the week before last. Sorry, and that was that was brilliant. But yeah, check out Bisto Yeti's video if you haven't already.
And then by Wednesday, I'd done my video, and that was actually really cathartic, and it kind of helped me solidify everything that the weekend was. So like doing the video just really helped kind of pull everything together about TFN and be really reflective. And then I was like, Paul, can I come on the show? I need to talk about TFN more. I was there. I've got insight.
It's true. It helps though, doesn't it? It does. Sure. Like you just talk about it after you finish. You want to talk a bit about it to someone. Me and Claire drove all the way back up from Birmingham, and we pretty much talked about what had been happening over the weekend all the way back, just laughing and remembering stuff. And yeah, it was just really, it's just really nice just to talk to other people who've been through that shared experience.
Watching that video as well, and it'd be nice if Alexis had sent his videos, but watching the video from everyone else, it's just so nice seeing like what it took you straight back, didn't it? And
I was getting some flashbacks watching that. Yeah. And I was reminded of why I don't sing.
What I will say though is it's over in an instant.
Yeah.
It
goes by far too fast.
It's over
quicker than Christmas.
Yeah.
So having done when I did 2018. Actually, let's go further back. When I did Auto Assembly, I just did the Sunday. And then when I did 2018, I did the full weekend. I got there on the Friday at like just before 1 o'clock. And then left at, I'd say, like 5-ish on the Sunday. So I'd seen the full experience. And that went slower, for sure, doing the 3 days. When you just do a day and a day and a bit, the time, it's gone before you know it.
Mm.
But you do agree with not think about it. You have to not think about the time.
Yeah, you have to push that back, don't you?
I had that all weekend. I had the whole weekend of just saying, what time is it? I don't even know what time of day. I just wasn't paying attention to anything. I don't think I looked on social media for about 2.5 days.
Me either.
You're in the moment.
And obviously a 3-year-old has no concept of time.
No.
They were just there. So I had to be a bit like conscious of time because I knew there were certain things I didn't want to miss and had to make sure
things like that they'll remember for the rest of their lives. I remember my dad taking me to Games Day in Warhammer in the NEC when I was like 8, and it was well beyond my age to go to a Warhammer like convention kind of thing. But I've remembered it forever. I've still got the book down there. Those sort of things which you don't see in normal life, which you wouldn't normally see at Transformers convention, really impact on you as a kid. Positively.
I went to the Games Master at NEC when I was about 8 years old. Actually, and that's when my dad got my Mega Drive 2 because it was in July, so it was a summer thing, right? So it was my birthday, and the other one which went to NEC was I'm trying to think it was the what was the World Supercar Show, or not Top Gear? It was like the World Supercar Show.
Bandai, Apple, Pippin.
I remember I sat in a McLaren, and then my brother sat in a Jaguar XC220. I was 8. I was going around this whole convention with 200,000 people all by myself at 8 years old. I remember that, like, with car weirdos.
Sure, nowadays we call that child neglect, but okay.
But one famous thing you're doing is look at hotel prices where they tend to go down in November time to see if we can get a group of us to go back, and like there'll be nothing on. It will literally just be the Hilton bar.
Oh, you mean like go back and get together and have a meet up?
It just feels like the next heartbeat thing would be the Minicon if they do it in March, and
there's
then
Minicon in March,
UK Con in May, and TF UK Con's definitely going on. It's really cheap. It's a lot smaller. A lot of people say they prefer that because there's like 50 to 60 people that kind of know everyone's welcome. It's the same vibe as well.
We should do themes like maybe like pirates or cowboys or whatever you want to dress as.
Who suggested that? You just go, yeah, I like that idea that I just had in my head.
I'm going to say no right now.
I feel this is an excuse because he mentioned in our chat this week that he dressed up once as Jack Sparrow and now he just wants to do it again. literally, Alexis will just turn up dressed up as Jack Sparrow because why not? Eh?
That was.
But
you're right about
TFN cool. Like if we went to the Hilton in November, got some cheap hotels for like just a couple of nights. I know I say that to you a lot, Andy, and you always say no. But like, as a group of people, we got some cheap hotels for a couple of nights. Just stayed in the bar and got drunk. I don't know. I'm up for that.
Firstly,
Dan's
I never
up for
say
it.
no. I just don't reply.
There's cheaper place. It's $7.50 a pint. It's cheaper place to go get smashed.
But they let you drink your own bit. Didn't say that.
Yeah. I worry sometimes about trying to like force the recreation of it, because there's something about that weekend, like TFUK Con, that you almost can't replicate. It's everybody's like in that same frame of mind for it, and it's just such a wonderful, unexplainable feeling to be around so many people who are like-minded, who you may have nothing else in common with, other than you all have this irrational love of transforming robots from Japan. It's just draws us all together, and then from that's when you find out that actually you may have things in common, and you end up with lifelong friends. And God, that sounds really cheesy, but it's true. It's just the way it goes. It's absolutely
it's crazy,
mad.
isn't it? When you see each other, and like even friends we've met recently, like Pete and Ian and stuff, like Rudy, I met you for the first time, like, and I knew you before, but you meet up and you're just like, fuck, it's brilliant. How can I get on with so many people? And it's not about like everyone gets anxious and stuff, and that's absolutely fine, and you can chill out and do that in your own time. But when you do want to come down and have a hug or a beer or watch Alexis be an absolute tit, but he's funny at it. That's all part of TFN.
So I tell you what the reality is, though. You get there, you're 5'8", and you realise everyone is 6'5".
We didn't say like if you're short, you're not invited.
Oh yeah, short person problems.
I got there, I was like, crikey! Oh!
I mean, you say everyone. You met Alexis, right?
Yeah, but he still felt really tall because everybody else was.
Was he on a chair at the time? Was Pete holding him up?
Pete was just a giant man. And then,
oh dear.
The main thing is, and when you look at it, everyone's friends and stuff, we all get on, but we always say that, and having met, and everyone falls out and stuff, and in the end, you'll come together as a group of friends, and we always say that the main thing is for 2 years in a row, I've beaten Alexis at arm wrestles.
No, you cheated.
That was brilliant.
You lifted your arm off the table. That so doesn't count.
That's not what I heard, Alexis. That's not what I heard from completely independent adjudicator Pete. I feel you're making excuses now.
Pete went even worse. I've got a video of that.
It's just men,
one of my favorite thing was So what you do?
Didn't you arm wrestle Julia?
You did. Julia was up for it, wasn't she? She said on the show a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Did you lose that as well?
It seemed to take quite a long time. I think you won.
Massively.
Who did you beat at TFN?
Did you beat anyone? I saw you getting beat by Sam.
I saw Atlas weighing you down and you running off after that.
Oh, that was the memory. I'm going to mention this. I hope you don't mind, Paul. But do you remember, for some reason, you got in a bit of the ire of Sam? I think because she may have felt you were encouraging Alexis with whatever zany thing he was doing at the time. You were stood right in front of me, and you were debating it with her, and then she just gave you a quick cock shot. Pow! The look on your face of like, ow!
It really hurt. I was checked in.
I was laughing my head off because I thought you were joking. And then you were like, no, that really. Oh, right.
Most people don't punch me in the balls.
No, she
Sam was great.
I said something in the morning, and she threw what she had in the hand, which happened to be a half full, half empty sparkling water bottle, and it was like point blank, and I was like, ow! She hit me in the collarbone, I just started bleeding from my collarbone. So yeah, she does get quite into something. If you piss her off, don't piss her off.
No, she's mentally violent.
No, I didn't. No. Sam's lovely. She's awesome, and I made a point of being nice.
If I remember his friends and the girl that dated Joey, who punched him, but was like real hammer punching him, and then Rachel got involved and went, actually no, she really does that. That's my wife. She's beautiful, but she's deadly.
I would probably be like that if I was married to you.
Is that where Alexis get it from when he's had a few drinks and he starts jabbing you for no reason and then doesn't seem to understand why you get annoyed with it?
I've got bruises all the way down here.
He tried it once with me at TFN and I made it very clear to cut that shit out. And to be fair to him, he stopped.
Shall we discuss what was our standout moment or a highlight? But kind of remove some certain things. I know we'll always say like, oh, our friends, or try and maybe think of an alternative highlight.
Well, in terms of some of the panels, I love seeing Triple Takeover. That was great because I didn't see him last time. It's just great seeing Liam, who I absolutely love Liam.
About coming on the Saturday, that was the one panel I would have wanted to go to on the Friday.
Oh, it was good. A couple of people say it wasn't as good as the last Triple Takeover, but I really liked it. Like the Mortal Kombat theme they done, where they went like,
yeah, it was really clever, wasn't it?
This genre, I thought it was spot on. Other than that, probably my favourite one was probably the cosplays, and it was a combination of the people who I was with, we were sitting around, and the absolute effort that everyone put into the cosplays.
I agree.
Starscream, like everyone just sat there, like.
Yeah, I think a lot of the cosplay elevated into almost like lip sync battle-esque, like displays of music, combining their cosplay with dance interpretation and music. And
that went wrong, though, didn't it? That turned out it was a mistake because they weren't supposed to play the whole song, but for the Starscream in particular, who was an incredible dancer, who was dressed in a Starscream, well, her Starscream cosplay. Apparently, they were supposed to cut it, when they did the drop, and that was supposed to be like the big ending, but they kept playing the music, so they got back and started dancing again. Because and also, if you remember, the whole night got late because there'd been this bit of a mistake, and they were supposed to cut the song.
Well, there was quite a few. There was quite a few you could see lip syncing to the words and like building their character into the music. And it was like Terry Crews when he does 1,000 Miles like on lip sync. It was like that, and I was like, yeah, this is. I was like, hats off, people, hats off. This is really good. I agree with that. That was one of my highlights.
Are you drinking Chateau Neuf de Pape?
Me? No.
No, Paul.
Right, highlight. Do you know what? I'm going to go for the J-Hands concert because I really enjoyed that. Yeah. I thought it was really good fun, and it was a really nice moment. The music was really good anyway, but there was a really nice moment. I remember glancing around to my left. The photographer bloke. Do you remember this?
Yeah,
he was running around. He was was running around getting loads of action photos, not just of J-Han, but of the crowd. And then you and RJ
moved to the front.
Weren't you two trying to get a selfie while the show was going on? And the cameraman ran down the aisle to jump in to shot with them.
RJ was practically in my lap.
Really nice. It was just really fun. It was really nice to share that, obviously, again, with the group of friends that were around us. But it was like nice, nice concert. I feel like there's more you want to tell us there, Paul.
Can I share my other highlight that I do like? Because it's the one thing that scares my. It's the one thing you say. My wife. One thing that scares the shit out of my wife is if she ever hears Enrique Iglesias' "Hero" come on any sound system, she'll look round, see if I'm near her, and then if she clocks me, she'll run because our thing, and we've done it since we were together, which is like 20 years roughly, which is I will take her shoe and serenade her to the song with her own shoe, no matter where we are in the world. I've done it in many countries for many years. So when she heard that, she was sat between you, Paul, and it was Graham, and she literally jumped off the back of the benches, not realizing that the other side was like a 10-foot drop. And the next thing you know, is I go head first after her.
I love it how you don't stop.
And then we're around the bar. So fun.
But of course, I was very, very drunk. Anyways.
Oh, yeah. J-Han was amazing. Absolutely amazing. So many good songs when she done the Unicron bit.
The Unicron music was awesome. And New Divide, I love that song as well. I love Linkin Park, but New Divide just has it. Kobe used to always sing it in the car. Brilliant.
That must have got filmed.
Yes, all of it's been filmed. It's all,
I've got those
I think, on YouTube now as well. And
there's a link.
They've put it up.
There's a link.
So if you missed TFN, you
search
see all
on
the
Facebook. Yeah. If you go to people went to TFN I believe there's a link now to all the panels and things. You can watch everything back.
Yeah, but they are on YouTube. You can find them, and it's worth going back and watching. Well, the ones you missed, and then the ones that you did see, just to relive it again.
So, anything else to talk about TFN? Everyone's got a bit post-con blues, but I'm okay now. I'm looking
Before I forget,
definitely want to do a November meetup.
Can we say hello to one or two other people that we have forgotten? Because there's so many people we've forgotten to name. You know, but Robert Kopp, Robert Kopp too. Huh?
Really?
Oh, sorry. Did you want to do your own answer to your own question, Rudy? Did you want to do that as a guest on our show? Did you? Did
Rudy,
you?
we're not professionals.
It's so needy. So needy, Rudy. So needy.
So needy.
Just to like to contribute, that's all.
Go on then.
So, as an eclectic toy collector, an alternative highlight was actually seeing toys I'd never seen before, and seeing them like in some of them sealed. Leicester Vintage Toy Store.
Oh.
Some of the stuff they had on their store, I've wanted to just see in the flesh. It was incredible. Like there was Laser Command, which is like a mask vehicle, which I've never seen. There were some Japanese toys. I've never seen Road Caesar up close. That's an alternative highlight. But one of the big highlights for me is how intimate the interactions with Susan Blue were. When we got into the dealer room, nobody was queuing for her. And I thought that it was because you had to pay to do that legendary ticket. And I was like, okay, not many people have done it. I didn't understand why nobody was queuing to get a signature. I think they all went mental later.
Yeah, all at the start.
But because nobody was queuing, I got way more time with her. I think I got like easily 5 minutes just chatting and just just talking about voice acting in cartoons. Actually talking about cartoons that weren't Transformers. So yeah, like the intimacy of that was awesome. When I think back, I've done really well talking to voice actors because I've just played the timing right. I did the same with Dan Gilvezan and Stan Bush because I just literally either got there at the right time or just I was there.
I've heard a lot of people say that about Susan Blue, that she was like, when they met her, she was really asking a lot of questions about you as the guest, you know, asking about your family and what you do and how you're enjoying the convention, like really, but like a proper taking an interest question, not just like, you know, a passing thing, which is great. You know, it's lovely that she obviously appreciates
as well. It's
yeah, exactly. Wasn't just about
I saw what you took up to get signed. I saw what you took up to get signed. What did she say about that?
She was blown away. She hadn't seen a Stormer doll in years. Yeah, so
do we need to explain this for those people who don't understand what Rudy's talking about? Unless you watch his video, in which case it will all become clear to you.
Or so
watch the video and you'll see.
She just isn't RC. She did voiced. So my other big 80s cartoon that I love is Gem and the Holograms, and she voices Stormer. What Susan Blue does in terms of voice acting is she just brings heart and warmth even to. So she's a baddie. The Misfits are like the Decepticons of Gem and the Holograms, but she plays Stormer with like such a good way that she's just more of an anti-hero, and she's not that bad. She's still evil, but her voice is just incredible there. So I just wanted to speak to her about kind of that. But then we got on to like Friday the 13th, part 7.
The family stuff.
The family stuff. Yeah.
Kids, listen to this.
Yeah, she's interested in you as much as you're interested in her.
People explained that she was on Turtles. They gave her the voice editing. Was it you, Rudy, was telling me this? She was the director of voice editing
for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, and they didn't expect it to do well, so they were kind of like, "We'll give it to a woman."
I'll give it to a woman.
Awfully, yeah, because we don't care that much about it, and it turned into be we all know what happened with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, very popular.
I think they've stuck around though, haven't they? The Turtles, they've done all right.
Yeah.
They're not as good as Michael Bice from Mars, but they're not far off. They're not far off.
To be fair, they're no Bucky O'Hare. But who is?
Say that. Poor man's Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah, poor man's go to a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle convention to stand in the middle of the bar. This is a poor man's Bucky O'Hare.
Where's Willie DeWitt?
And then obviously that bloody
Or as
giraffe.
you say, Raphael.
You know what? The giraffe was the highlight of the convention. Why? Why did you have to give it to him?
Is he still playing with it now? Fucks me off. I buy kids, my two boys. I buy them like, let's get you this. It's really expensive for Christmas, and they're like, oh, they love it. And then like you know, give them like half a
cornflake, a
bottle of Prime. They're like, oh my god, I love this forever. This is what I actually wanted. Metamoon Prime. For fuck's sake. Enjoy your 1992 Megazord special.
Kids are great.
Kids, they don't know how much they have got
TFN was good.
Yeah, it was.
It was all right.
It was all right.
It was a solid 6 out of 10. So.
It was this, mate. It was this. Is that all weekend?
Yeah, that's the weekend. Encapsulated.
I have a few photos, just like literally 6 photos.
Go on.
And there was the
Bloody
girls.
Alcoholic other halves, except for
all the time. I hardly drank, but these 4.
I know.
When was that? 9 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, that was breakfast.
Yeah. Champagne and what's it?
That was. And there was more than that, wasn't there? Who's missing from that?
So we got Lauren, we've got
there,
Sarah there, we've got Maylin, and we've got what's that lady in the bottom? Oh yeah, my wife Claire. There you go. That's the 4 of them there.
Chaps.
Really, lads on
lads. You always have to like tread the border between enjoying Transformers and it being an absolute stag do. And
can I just say the Gail Porter t-shirt? That's a TFN tradition now as well. That has to.
Well, I always dress in pink t-shirts. You never noticed, but
Borders do join you this year, didn't he? With his Miami Vice.
Didn't ask him to.
I think you'll find this is my thing.
There's some absolute legends.
And there's also RFID. Hey! Oh dear. Who's pissed in Pete's chips there?
I put this up because I thought Ian's face looked really weird.
Oh dear.
Other than that, no issue.
That must have been early on because we all looked far too compass mentis at that point.
Good time.
What was it Andy Gold said to me? Well, I think it was Andy Gold on the Saturday because we were back in the seats we'd been in last year, and he was saying, "Oh, it's good to be back, isn't it? Feels right."
It's those seats at the back, isn't it? You see the seats at the back. That's where we live.
Exactly. The seats you can see in the background. That's where we were last year. We pretty much took over those seats for the weekend, and we missed out on the.
We ended back. We went back there again, didn't we? On Saturday.
Well, on the Saturday, that's what I've just said. Yeah. Welcome to the conversation.
All right. Sorry, I have to move room.
All right. Oh, hello.
Everyone,
Sam showing a bit of leg there. No wonder Jamie looks so happy.
No, that's me. That's my dress I wore.
Was it really short? Is that why Jamie's smiling?
Did you not notice that I was in that dress on Saturday?
Oh, I didn't. I wondered who was sat on my lap.
Okay.
The
chair's broken. The chair's just gone.
Have you just broken the chair? You broke the chair.
It's got a loose
screw. The chair's gone.
Because
it's broken.
This is why people don't need to go back to their Airbnbs.
Who keeps the chair like that in the bathroom?
Honestly.
Wow.
Billy Edwards said solid 6 out of 10. It definitely wasn't a 6 out of 10.
Oh, Billy, you're watching, mate. It was brilliant. We loved it. Thank you.
It was 8 out of 10. No, it was. It was the best TFN I've been to, I think, so far. And I went to the most shows as well.
Hang on. Has Billy actually just watched Transformers the show? Because that's pretty big.
It was really nice seeing you, Billy, as well. The short periods I saw you in the breakfast lounge and at the start of my tickets and stuff, and a bit later. And it was really nice seeing you as well.
The only time I saw Billy was when he was running past to go and do some more work. Those poor TFN lot, the crew, the work they do.
Can you ask Dave to come on this week? He's probably going to be not alive for a couple of weeks. Maybe next week we ask Dave Wallace to come on.
Who said?
the week after.
Oh, we asked. Well, we asked Dave. We were gonna. Well, you did have Dave on, didn't you?
Yeah,
on the week I couldn't be here, and in the end, I couldn't be here, and Dave comes on. Unbelievable. And everybody loves a bit of Dave.
Who doesn't? That is it. So thank you so much for watching Transformers the show. We're going to bed now.
Good night.
No,
Rudy's already in his bedroom.
Do you want to show?
With his soft plush behind him.
This is the soft play area of the house.
The soft play area.
As I've mentioned in many videos, plushy Cheetor.
Plushy Cheetor.
It's playroom.
Oh dear.
We can all go to bed, or we can watch the Gladiators 1993 opening titles.
Is this going to copyright strike us again?
It will more than likely.
No, before you do it, who's your favourite?
Lightning.
Cobra, yeah. Lightning?
Wait, which one's the guy?
No, clearly Cobra's right.
Cobra, yeah, Cobra. Cobra's my favourite.
Jet's clearly the best. Jet was clearly the best.
Not
Cobra's
who
the
you
nicest.
fancy.
Most entertaining was Wolf
Jet
still
would
there
be
at that point?
Wolf
Was the
Let's
most
find out.
entertaining.
I'm a big chocolate slut. Jerry? Fuck off. Shock your nuts. It makes you dance. Don't eat any bras.
I'll never not laugh at them.
Good night.
If I do, just shoot me.
See you next year. Bye-bye.